Shed Wars Saturday. This video is going to be an innovation video on how I protect my garden / food forest and how I develop a food forest. So let's get to it. All right, as you can see here, this fence here behind you, I built this fence here to protect my food forest because we have a lot of deers around here that like to come around and eat your stuff, eat your trees, eat all your veggies that you grow and whatnot. So this fence was built on that idea. So as you can see, I built this fence all the way down on this side of the property and on the other side of the property. And that was done by yours truly, solo. So that was to protect my food forest. All right, let me close this gate here so we can get around. As we're walking this way here, as you can see, I have these wire trellises, and this is so that I can grow my blackberries and raspberries on them, as you can see. Also, to maximize space, I'm growing this gala apple. As you can see, I'm doing this espalier. Now, what I'm doing here is, when you do the espalier on a fruit tree, what you want to do is you want to cut all the branches that are growing towards you and away from you off. You just want to keep the lateral branches on there and keep training them to grow along the fence line and on the whatever structure you have, so they just grow lateral. And as you can see here, all right, we have this is a small gala apple, and as you can see, I'm taking this branch right here and I'm training it to go this way. Down here, you can see this branch here is growing this way here. And on this side over here, the branch is growing that way. And so on up in here. Now this is a small gala apple. On my other property, I had some really big fruit trees that I had growing a long distance. But I'm starting over here new at this new food forest. So I'm training that small little tree there to do that. And as you can see over here, I also built these garden beds. But the idea of this here was to save your back, right? So I built these cow panel trellises, right? So that you could pick your fruit and vegetables growing vertically, okay? And over here, maximizing space, right? Have this other one right behind it growing closely to the fence. On down, got the pathways. This is with the idea of permaculture and just, having the room and space, and the idea is to not only grow vertically, but also to have garden beds and grow down lower. And what you're seeing down there, those are mustard greens, lettuce, and arugula growing down there. That's the fence that's going down there that I built to protect the food forest, right? And then I'm protecting it, right, from protecting my fruit trees. These are all different types of fruit trees. And as you can see the rocks, right? You see the rocks defining the garden beds. I brought all these rocks in that were gifted to me. And I brought them over in my little car, in the trunk, a little bit at a time, and developed all these, defining all these areas there for the separate growing areas there. As you can see up here again, on this side here, we got blackberries vining, just everything. We got the blackberries, we got these over here, heritage raspberries. Different types of blueberries. It's all defining the idea of growing your food forest. Those are pears. Nectarines are forming over here. And so walking down there, we have the angel of the garden. Okay, and over here, I made this. This is my strawberry salad bow tower. And as you can see, all the strawberries, right, are gonna be growing vertically on this tower. Already putting out flowers, right? So that I don't have to bend down to grab my strawberries from the garden bed, which I do have as well. But the idea here was just to be creative and to build something different. And as you come up, right, I have all kinds of different greens there. We have lettuce, we have spinach, we have turnips, and just about 4 or 5 different other little plants in there. So that's the salad bowl. All right. Built this greenhouse here, right? Built this greenhouse here. This is my operations, right, center for my garden. And this greenhouse was built, right? Let me show you around here. Built this greenhouse earlier this season. And I built this greenhouse with the idea, right, to, see, I built the shelves here. Built a shelf there, built shelves here, and I have shelves on the other side. There, I can come in here and work and not hurt my back. I don't have to be bending down. I can work right up here. I can use, this is a very functional greenhouse that I can use for many, many projects. You know what I mean? I can keep the doors open up in here, and I can dry stuff out up in here. I can, of course, you know, germinate my plants, store my plants, and just you know, have my fertilizers and everything that I need to deal with my garden and food forest, and I can just come right out and go to it, right? So over here, another idea that came out with, right? And before I go to that one, let me talk about my arbor, right? I built this arbor, right? And this arbor is, I have plants here, right? This is kiwi. This is kiwi plant that's gonna grow up the bamboo, and then it's gonna go to the trellis there. And I have another one kiwi over there on the other side. But also, this trellis, right, was built with the idea of the food forest. So as you're walking through the trails, right, you can just walk right underneath, right? You can just walk right underneath, and it's looking really nice as you walk through there. All right, let's go back. So that's the idea of this. This arbor was built there for beauty in the garden. Little shout out to Beauty in the Garden. All right, so we're coming back over here now, and this here, on this tree here, as you can see, I took part of this cattle panel, right, and I twisted it around this tree here, and I stapled it in there, and as you can see, as it's going, it's sparrows around the tree, right? I have kiwi plants easily to grow and to anchor on to the cattle panel, and as it twists around, it easily can grow up the tree, and then when it gets up to the top, it can do what it wants up there. So here you have the arbor, the vining sparrow around the tree, and you got the greenhouse. Again, I staked in these posts here, and I ran the wire there. I'm gonna have grapes running across there that I can just come and easily pick. Down that way you can see many other garden beds that I have built, and many trellises over there. And as we're walking down this path here, right, with the idea of when I'm developing my food forest, right, I have food, I incorporate flowers, right, flowers that'll help pollinate the garden, right? And as you can see, the pathways, right? I took all these trees that we cut down and I made pathways for the development of the food forest. Over here we have, this is also down this trail here, this is Fig Lane. As you can see, the figs are all lined up as I walk by, right? We can enjoy figs off the trees. And we have the walkways so we can stay off the garden beds, and we have the trails. Right here, right? We have plants right there. I have rows that I'm growing plants that can tolerate some shade.
What you say, Wilson? It's Uncle Pappy here. You talking to me, Wilson? Huh? You know what I would do to you, Wilson? Yeah? I put so much fertilizer on you, boy. Shut you down. You best be careful when you're addressing me, son.
Here we're still dealing with the pathways, right? Okay. Down here we reach, I have two gates. I have a gate on this side here, and I have a gate down on that side down there. So when I built this whole fence area right here, right? This all back here was planned for my chickens, right? This idea of this here was so that chickens can free range this whole area back here, right? That's all the chickens, right? But not only was this built here for the chickens, but also utilizing the fence areas there to grow grapes. As you can see, I have grapes vining up right here. And those are the muscadine. Those are muscadine grapes. Have them growing there. I'm also going to have sweet potatoes growing up on these fence lines there to keep the sweet potatoes at bay. And on down there, I got more muscadine grapes. And this is the other gate. This is the main gate that I normally use. And as we're coming into the gate, right? All right. So inside here, this is the chicken. This is all the chickens' domain, right? And as you can see over here, I built this garden bed in here. This garden, sorry, not garden bed, but a garden area for the vegetables and greens, mainly greens, that I'm growing for the chickens. This is all that you see right here. We have mustard greens, we have turnip tops, we have bok choy, we have kale, and down at the end down there, I'm gonna be growing some tomatoes. And everything in here can grow wild. It can grow. It can bolt. It can do whatever, because that all belongs to the chickens. I'll be going in there and I'll harvest some and I just toss it over the fence there, because we're not gonna let the chickens just go in the garden and destroy everything in there. So they will have to eat what I give them. Got a bunch of pine cones here. All right. So we're over here in the chicken area, and I built this chicken coop, right? Built the big bull's pen chicken coop. It also has its run, right? Has its run right here. Now this also was all built, right, with the idea of raising chickens, right? So the chickens, let me tell you my the plan that I had when I started doing this, right? Was, okay, so we're gonna have the chickens. This is their main. Hold up, let me let the chickens out, then I can kind of explain what I'm doing here. All right, got Ike out the way. All right, so we have the idea was, right, we have the chicken coop. All right, this is the chicken coop that I built. Down there we have the brooder. So the chickens lay their eggs up there, and the boxes. Now, once the chickens, some of my chickens go broody. Once they go broody, they'll hatch their eggs out. Once the eggs hatch, I don't let them keep the babies. So I take the babies, bring them down to the brooder. They'll stay there until I feel that it's they're big enough to go into they're big enough to go into their teenage grow up pen over here that also has its run, has its own private run over here. See all the little chickens up there? They're already so used to this. They've only been in there for like 3 days. They're already used to it. So they got their chicken run back here in their chicken house. Okay, and the chickens over there enjoying this up. So I normally keep them locked up in here till about noontime, so that way they can lay their eggs and they don't come out to the run. They come out and forage their domain until, you know, they're finished laying their eggs. We walk this way here. So anyway, this is a continuation. I'm going to be building upon this food forest, and also this is like, as I go and I get ideas in my head, how I'm going to continue doing it the way I like, right? Because this is mine. This is my garden. I do what I want. So I do it the way I want. So here we have still going right with the trails on back. We go back out this way here. All right, so y'all can see me sporting my Shed Wars shirt today. You guys, love all of the YouTube community, not just the Shed Wars folks, but everybody that's doing what we're doing, right? All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. I hope you enjoyed a few of my innovations. And I got one last one for you. I wanna ask you guys, who out there has heard of Meals on Wheels? I know that was an old program a long time ago that I remember that would deliver food to elderly people all over the city and stuff like that, to help them have a meal. So, but I'm gonna show you my innovation for my God. I'm gonna show you my 1964 convertible buggy. All right, so hold on a sec. All right, there you go. That's my convertible buggy, right? Meals on Wheels. This one right here is Tomatoes on Wheels. And this is the the peanut pepper tomato, right? That's the peanut pepper tomato on wheels. But this buggy here is John Willett Grow. It's called John Willett Grow, this buggy here. Now this buggy was made because John said that I don't get enough sun here on my property, right? So here in my buggy, that tomato plant will have sun 247. If the sun shifts over to another spot, right? Shifts over to another spot. He'll move to the sun. So, ain't that smart? No sun over here, we got sun over there. The buggy's in action. All right, guys, you all take care. Just having a little fun. Love you guys. Keep growing. Keep competing strong. And message from Uncle Pappy. He said, don't forget, he's coming at everybody with razor blades and lemon juice. You all take care.